Hello, Card Game Federation here with a sweet match here. We're going to be going Red Ruthless on Red Ruthless action. If you guys remember, that good old Broly here, Red Ruthless Broly, dominated the game, was top tier for the longest time. Basically, it was the deck to beat. Pete went first. He's being cautious. He's going to go ahead and pass and rejuvenate. I believe I saw a villainous sphere went back to the bottom. And it looks like Dan's not all that sure either. It looks like he rejuvenated a I'll Dig Your Grave, which is pretty impressive to want to put away. And then it goes back over to Pete. Pete has what looks like a pretty offensive hand, but I guess he's going to want to build up his discard pile instead. Energy Block's probably being useless for the most part. He's going to pass, rejuvenate another sphere. So at the very least, he knows that he has exactly 2 spheres left in the deck. And he has, looks like Collision on top of his discard pile. I believe that's the one that gets, when it gets banished, I believe it generates anger, or one where it's used from the discard generates anger. Okay, it's back over to Dan. Dan, like I said, tends to build very offensively postured decks. I'm not used to him holding back. It looks like he's holding 2.
We'll banish for mastery.
Yeah, he's going to banish for mastery. That was Red Gambit. Okay, he's going to restriction. He's going to draw a card, and I think he has a second red restriction to play.
We will restrict me. This is all I play. Blocks and attacks.
No, just the one. He had Aerial Assault, which is an excellent opening hand. And that was the opening, so he's got the +2 on the Mastery rolling. And for those of you who may not know it off the top, obviously nobody's watched this game that doesn't know the game, but Red Restriction is going to go ahead and limit and actually semi-turn off the Mastery for the purposes of this one. Okay, he got his Anger 1 for banishing Red Collision for entering combat. He did a fantastic move there. Okay, Pete's going to draw his 3.
Start with Suppressive Strike.
Ooh, look at that one. What an interesting thing. He's going to pin and hold his enemies. So he is going to go ahead and use his Suppressive Strike. Combat cannot be ended that way.
So just 3.
Yeah, he's going to in for 3 power stages since he is well underneath him on the old attack table. And Pete has a chance to respond. I'd probably open up with Vegeta's power. There you go. That would be a good move because you remember it opens up for that next hit. It's not very big, and it's kind of like pressures your opponent to take the hit, and he does. I was going to knock him for 4, and he's going to get that floating effect on his next attack.
Let's see.
Of course, Suppressive Strike was not styled, so it did not get the bonus damage from the Mastery. Dan here has a couple of different options here. He did, like I said, he did turn off the Mastery, the whole reveal thing, so Red Aerial Assault reveal does not work for this. Kind of a shame.
You're not going to reveal? No reveal.
Okay, he throws the level 1 Broly power. That's 4 power stages. It does raise his anger. Oh, he is going to reveal.
My bad. I totally forgot. I was like, wait. Banish? Yeah, banish.
So he would actually had to have thrown the Red Aerial Assault to make it trigger off of Broly's. The only way to get the reveal to work without the Mastery.
Shoulder grab.
Nice.
Energy for 4.
Okay, Pete's going to go ahead and raise his anger 1 level on the shoulder grab. It's going to do a decent amount of damage. He is getting the buff off the Mastery. And regardless how much damage it does or does not do, he's going to lower his anger on the hit.
Are you higher than a C?
No, I'm in C now.
3, 4, 5, 6, and it has this hit effect.
Nice.
So hit, lower anger, and then gain 2 anger and use a crit.
Yeah, we're going to red block and hand it.
It's just so big, he had to stop that. It would have been outrageous. And Dan is going to have his share of the hand here. Okay, first shot of Red Shattering Leap. Nice holofoil from set 4. Going real nice.
4, 5, 6.
I got to stop it.
Yep.
Oh, and he himself had a blocking hand. And that's going to go ahead and put Pete, I believe, to anger, 4 anger at this point. So he should be able to sneeze and be able to jump up a level. And he does. First shot of Red Double Strike, an excellent power. I tell you, you can't ever see a Red Ruthless without a Red Double Strike showing up and doing magic. So he is going to jump up a level. He's going to regain his AT, and it's going to be, well, sort of. He's going to be 5 above because of Broly's continuous.
So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 4 power stages because of the Mastery.
On hit, lower
and
1.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's what I was going to say. Dan better remember.
I will.
Ooh, boy. Let's see what Pete's got up his sleeve. And I think Pete might have forgot that all of his attacks are doing critical damage, so he should be lowering Dan's anger even further, not just the minus from the Mastery.
Vegeta energy. I'll banish those two from you.
Yep.
Nice. Gets off his level 2 energy, banishes
It'd be for 6.
Dan's entire discard pile.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll pass.
Physical.
Dan takes some non-critical damage, and then the full actual second shot of red double strike rather, is going to go ahead and have a more dramatic effect. Not too shabby. 6 stages. Looks like he ran into a good amount of endurance. Nothing crazy.
And then crit anger one.
Yep. Okay, so as long as he ended up at 0 anger at the end of that combat, I am satisfied. And that is the end of that one. It actually is Pete's turn. Despite Pete definitely winning the lion's share in that particular combat, it is actually his. So if I was him, I would press the advantage, rush in, and start stomping a mud hole in Broly, and then walking it dry.
Anywhere. He had actually been fill-in guy for over a year, and they had no way to track down what the heck unit he started at. So he's like, it got to the point where my brother was doing the administrative for him. He was saying where you need to go. He got down to the point where
Okay, and then this is Pete just seeing what he's got in his discard pile to see.
He's like, I'm from Texas. You want to go to Texas? No, I hate that place. They're like, what the heck, man? Help me out. And then it ended where we found a place. He sent him to San Diego. And at the end, we realized, all right, I have to add one other thing to the guy's Pokemon entry. It also says from parts unknown.
Don't mind us. We're just telling a dumb story in the background.
Because I don't know where he's from. Playa. I want to make that guy.
Let's see what Pete's got up his sleeve. Because, like I said, you guys know this by now. If you've been watching our channel for any length of time, you know that Pete is a cautious player. He'll press advantages, but he won't take outrageous chances. We basically play polar opposite of each other.
Too many choices, Pete?
Kinda. Oh, well, it's
All right,
it's a choice, but it's not enough choices.
All right, here's how you get away with that. You just imagine you're Milner, and you think...
Oh, okay. So you guys probably noticed he had an excellent hand for passing. So when that particular card gets banished by the when entering effect of the mastery, he's going to go ahead and banish it and gain anger just from the privilege, which is a fantastic strategy.
That's called creatively winning, and you can't do that.
Okay, looks like Dan is not confident enough to go in. He passes, rejuvenates a physical block.
Yeah, Brawly's Eraser.
Oh, man. So Pete would have had a hard time laying a death blow on him, but I doubt Dan would have been able to do hardly anything back. So it wouldn't have been a bad combat. This is clearly one you got to go in on because you could not recreate that discard pile status with that particular card on the top waiting to be banished. Oh, but he's going to do it. He's going to pass, rejuvenate a Majin, a concussive strike from the Majins. It's going to go back over to Dan. If you're wondering what Pete's doing with his discard pile, I'm wondering that myself about what are they doing all
Is that where you put your hand over your
sideways slide here?
You're going to get anger tone.
Go ahead. We'll enter. We'll banish.
Okay, Dan's entering. He is going to banish the top style card to get that damage buff for the Red Ruthless Mastery. It's going to go back over. Nice. Obvious banish on that one's going to go back. Nice. All right. Now, here's what I would do if I was Pete. I'm either going to take this hit that comes through right now and just don't give a crud, or I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to utilize the Mastery to throw the Vegeta's Final Flash. Because... darn it. Okay, so he was able to pull a banished attack from the banish zone and throw it back on top of his discard pile. So to my knowledge, that is going to work very well with the Mastery. But I was talking about sealing off Dan's usage of the Red Ruthless Mastery by throwing the Final Flash, which would be pretty great. It would force them to fixate on what they do best, obviously slugging it out, but it would have meant that Dan would have one less action.
So, like, when you're looking at it, it looks like an alphabet. You're like, whoa, holy shit. And then you look at it close and you realize it's foreign, and then you realize, yeah. You're like, oh.
Okay, waiting for...
But there's still the value is very high.
What is it? 62 years old.
Okay, come on.
You what?
Yeah.
Yeah, holy 62 years old.
Pokemon?
Not Magic.
No.
It's called Chains of Magic.
I should love that so much.
Oh, I had a couple opportunities to buy that card when it was like $300-$400.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What the hell?
Yeah, and that would have been a good. That would have been a good day. Yeah, big plus.
All right, we are waiting for somebody to make a move. I'm not really sure, because to my knowledge, it is Pete's still action at this point.
Never draw. They can never plus. They can draw, but they're just exchanging a card every time they do it. So like, if you put it in play, they can't brainstorm anymore. They go to draw 3.
Talking about some really old-fashioned Magic the Gathering stuff. You know, this is one of those times where I almost wish I didn't go into these things cold and, you know, try to do these things live, because I feel like I'd want to go ahead and condense this section here and banish. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with that language. I would love to banish this section from our little match. So I'm not sure what Pete's doing over there. Reorganizing.
Yep.
When it's
Oh, you masterful son of a buck. He is going to use his level 2 to target those ones, banish them out of that discard pile, generate the anger needed to jump up a level. Brilliant move.
raise a player's anger 1.
Yeah, me,
and
right?
then after I gain anger, my banish card from each player's discard pile.
Yeah, me, right?
Nice. Is that 2 separate instances of Pete raising anger there? Because the the block that he banished the discard pile would have generated anger. So it should be multiple instances.
I don't play shoulder grab. I don't know if I should though.
It's alright if you're playing against a heavy ally build, or if you're playing against another deck that's, you know, heavy anger maybe.
Yeah.
But I think allies anger is the only like real benefit you get.
Yeah. Because you got the mastery.
All right, they're discussing and talking about carrying shoulder grab in the modern, you know, game. It was a staple once upon a time in the first 7 sets.
Make sure to hold it.
Is he taking a shit or something?
He's going to go ahead and banish one of the shoulder grabs. Nice.
Okay, boomer.
It's energy for 6 stages.
Woo!
Shocking, nobody could miss it.
Throwing his level 3.
After
No, he's not.
Yeah, when you go level up, yeah.
Sorry, I almost forgot to go to 5 above on the level.
Okay. We'll go ahead and use the ability. Raise an anger. Reveal 2 attacks. Raise 2 anger.
Nice. He's getting that off for Burley's ability.
And then it's going to banish the top, and it's going to be attacked for 4 stages.
God, that's a lot going on.
It's not a bad move at all. You get to generate some kind of offense to slow down the pain train that Pete's putting up here and running for the top.
What do you think inspired him? Like one day he's just like, all right, I'm gonna try it. He had a little too much Taco Bell.
Come on.
Dang it, the camera's on. Dang it.
Yep, he's going to go ahead and do a head. What's that one called? I never remember. Shoulder toss? Something like that one.
What? Are those proxies?
He's going to go ahead and search out, if I remember correctly, a styled attack and put it on top of his discard pile, which is pretty wild. You can set yourself up for a mean...
Purchase recent, like literally, those are like what the only foils that I've ever seen out up until they announced it on you know.
Are those rare? Are those OP promos?
Don't mind us. We're having another side conversation. We had our tournament this last November, and we ended up having to be able to touch base with old man Jeff Sosa, and he ended up helping a brother out with a bunch of promos that we didn't have ready access to, so it was pretty sweet. It ended up filtering into a lot of our more consistently used decks. Oh, hey, while we have a minute, while these goofballs are figuring out this silly move. Oh, is that Red Jab?
Oh, I do have one.
I forget the name of that particular one. But we're talking about how the Majin Vegeta build, this one, always reminds me of Clubber Lang from Rocky 3. There's something about the blunt simplicity that he just wants to get up in your face and just beat you down, and if you're not ready for a very, very direct assault, you're not going to win. I like that. I like the blunt simplicity. I love that the deck is never daunted. It never loses anything vital enough to not be able to just, you know, press the attack and go back in the next combat.
I'll find it a little bit. Did you cut? So I search for an attack or block.
So my work
Dumped it, and then I'll block.
Hold on real quick. I have a couple of
Ooh.
Let me.
What are you
And
doing?
then raise anger 1. So I raise anger 1. I get to banish from each.
Okay. What are you going to do, buddy?
He's gonna banish another card and raise 2 more.
Nice.
Does it every time.
So banish. Let's banish that.
Yeah.
And then banish from each.
Nice.
When it's banished from the top, I raise my anger 2.
Nice. That targeted banishing is doing
one
wonders.
Card combo, and I never get to.
I get to banish one from
No,
you.
You get to banish another.
Yeah, because he's having separate instances of banishing.
To the stack, like in Magic, you can respond. There's a stack,
And then I
in
banish
Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a chain. In this, there's no. There's just.
Woo! And Pete has hit level 4. Unbelievable.
Except for spheres and a handful of other instances. That's it.
And we will red blocking hand it. So I can,
Okay, now he for reals uses red blocking hand. He hits level 2, which is fantastic. He badly needed those stages to keep from getting smeared like a bug on the sidewalk.
Banish.
And it is now Dan's action.
Whenever
Two
I
separate
raise
instances.
Yeah, because whenever I raise anger, I get to banish a card from each player's discard pile.
Nice.
So off of 0 anger, I gain 5 anger.
That's nutty.
all right, we're gonna
Ooh. If I was Dan...
you're back to 0 anger again, aren't you? All right, we're gonna go ahead and banish the top card here. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my thought. Why waste the action? It banishes the top card of Pete's life deck. Okay, let's see how Pete wants to respond. If he's just going to use his level 4 power. Wow, Pete passes. I would like to hear what's going on.
Because if it's like a...
Okay, red sword stab. He's going to throw back at him.
Wait, we're talking about our event?
Yes, that
No,
event
they were given to us for entry?
No, they were.
You top 4 got them, or you could buy them.
Wow.
Don't mind us yet again. I feel like if we should get together a lot more often because we have these reminisce sessions where I straight up forget stuff that we've all done as a group and have to be reminded.
I passed. It's over to you.
All right, yeah, red sword staff.
Yeah, how much?
Hey, if anybody stayed in this video that long, at the time of the recording of this one, we had one of the... oops.
9, 10, 11.
Ooh, a solid hit. 11.
I blocked that.
Yeah, you blocked the aerial assault, yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yep.
Wow.
Anyway, right? It's always like that. You're gonna pass it?
No anger for that hit.
Yeah, you're good. So let's go straight to the bottom to red sword stab you.
Ooh, he's going to use the red Ruthless to throw a second shot of red sword stab, which would be pretty giant.
5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13 power stages. It's a good thing Pete already did his leveling, or else he would have just gotten murdered here.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Crit.
Woo, 13. Critted in half.
Yeah.
That's awful. And I'd like to see what it is Pete's been holding back on. What are the 2 cards in his hands? Are they attacks? Are they blocks? What's he doing? Okay, he's going to throw a red collision.
No, yeah, that's right. It's black, but it goes green.
4 or 5.
I hate it all.
Lower anger 1 on hit.
Yep.
On hit, I give a search discard file for an attack card and place it on top. Double strike.
Nice. He moved double strike into position to be duplicated by the mastery. A absolute crazy move. Woo! Mule kick goes away. Double strike comes back into play.
Hit lower anger 1.
Wow. He hit him with a very minor attack, but that hit lower on the anger is really punishing Dan over there.
That is also, yeah.
He's throwing the first shot of double strike. Dan might be out of
Is that
actions.
a Dragon Ball Z? Is that an Ocean Dub voice that I'm not familiar with?
No, it's Funimation, but one of the early Funimation crew, not the later crew.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see who's got what
I
going
still can't
here.
get over that Raditz was Roshi. I can't get over that. Just hearing him do the voice.
Yeah, I guess it's still a little mystifying about how some of those voice actors doubled up on their voices and some of them sound so far apart that,
And I have no anger.
like, Roshi's is a very, what's that word, layered and complex voice.
I don't have any stages for power.
Oh,
Ah, and he couldn't throw it because he didn't have the stages to throw it. Ah, that is terrible.
Ordered from that guy on
Alright, you got it.
oh yeah.
and that was like
Remember these were the OP sets?
Wait, are you
Don't mind us. We're just doing that thing again where we should be meeting more often. Basically, the card that he has set there in hand were some ones that were unreleased final OP season with Panini, still in charge around set 7 that never got released because there never was an OP season. Those are some really neat promos. I can't speak enough good. If I remember the guy's name, dealer name on eBay, I would totally share it.
I have to see if I can get the link.
Because I looked and I saw DBZ Outpost is now selling
they're actually
those
very
times.
Okay, so Pete is not
$10 a piece.
confident enough.
Back to me.
That is going to go ahead and go back, control back over to Dan. And let's see what Dan's got going on. What's he got cooking over here?
Oh yes, I am sure that
If you want to pay extra, yeah.
Yeah, they're $10 on Outpost.
Time is like $2 a piece.
It's $1.25 on eBay.
Yeah.
and
Okay, he is declaring combat. Oh, no. Is it what I think it is? Oh, and PPVs. Holy heck. Pete came right out of the gate and just smeared him again. What a move. Good to get Pete on camera with a win.